he now has the authority to swear us all in.
Would anyone like to go first? Mariah's already been sworn in, Leslie doesn't need.
Yeah, but you're gonna do it again for the show.
Can we do it all at the same time?
No,
Only.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
I'll go first.
All right. Please raise the right hand. I guess we already signed you, so you don't, yeah. So- Yes. Do you, Mariah Dillon, solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of town board member according to the best of your abilities?
I will.
Thank you very much. You already signed, so you don't need to sign again. We'll go to you next. So you are going to have to sign, but first, yeah, do
The oath.
actually say it first. Yes. Actually, you write your name. Okay. Because, you know,
Right
spelling, I know how to spell your name, but just in case you've changed it in the last, couple days. Exactly. Maybe, right before. All right.
He could repeat after you. Possibly.
I find that
Very good.
that gets very confusing. Please raise your right hands. Do you, Mark Bruce, solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of town board member according to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. I have to write town board. If I can spell. All right, and you'll just sign right there. Oh, shoot. Today is the 5th. 6. And fill any of this in ahead of time in case someone didn't show up. Ready?
Yeah.
The dates and stuff, right?
Yes. All right, and I'll have you write your name, because I skipped one by accident. So.
Or it doesn't matter, so.
And I don't think it matters. It's just,
It's all on the same day.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Please raise your right hand. Do you, Zachary Larkin, solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of town board member according to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do.
All right. Please just say.
Fair question.
Yeah. Maybe.
Everybody's made it so far.
Yeah, no. We're all keeping it under wraps. Right? Okay.
Right?
6. All right, I'll have you write your name there. Right. Please raise your right hand. Do you, Joel P. Gagnon, solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of town supervisor according to the best of your ability?
I will.
Oh. You just sign there.
You.
Thank you all. Congrats.
Just wait. Okay, the board having been duly impaneled, let us call the meeting to order. Are there additions or deletions? I propose a deletion. Was the objection?
Is there? Yeah, I did.
So we can talk about when we get to it.
Are there, I didn't see the update. Have you contacted the auditors or? No update? Okay.
Right.
That we haven't met, we're gonna meet this week,
Right.
Cool.
so.
Okay.
Um. Anything else to add?
They were just the two things on the,
Yeah, which are, they're part of.
Yes.
the-
the resolutions.
Yeah. Privilege of the floor. Is there anyone who'd like to address the board in the audience here or in the audience in Zoom land?
You might want to remove that bar so you can see people's hands raised, Joel.
Yeah,
Oh, is that in the way?
the blue.
The blue one?
Okay.
The okay. Cursor, there it is. Oh, look at that. Well, I'm working from left to right. Rhonda.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the new board members. Three things. Number one, we have had a policy that said that if something was not posted within 24 hours of the meeting, it couldn't be voted on. And I hope that that policy will be followed through tonight, because there was an awful lot of stuff that was not put on. I was reading the minutes or reading the meeting schedule early this morning, and then I went back in the afternoon and there was all kinds of new stuff posted. So there are a lot of things that I hope will be postponed until the next board meeting. And one of them is I'd like to make a suggestion or a request. It's a request, not a suggestion, that the budget, that the general fund budget that Joel is proposing not be voted on tonight, and that there be a Zoom meeting where members of the public can come and talk about the various items on the budget. And I hope that we will somehow be able to eliminate some things that have been wasteful and give some of that money to Mary Ann Barr so that she can actually preserve the documents that she's been trying to preserve for so long. So that's one of the things that I would like to do. I'd like to have this meeting and like to invite the public, because I know there are a number of people who are opposed to some of the things on the budget. And if I know of some, then there are probably others. So I would like to have a meeting. That's my first thing. The second thing is Thaler and Thaler. You didn't attach anything from Thaler and Thaler saying that they were agreeing to represent the town. And so I would ask you to provide some sort of documentation from Thaler and Thaler before you vote on approving them as the legal attorneys for the town. And that's the second thing. The third thing is the whole business of the deputy town clerk. And you're proposing to vote on, the board is proposing to vote on appointing a deputy town clerk. And I will read from town law, section 10A, paragraph A. The town clerk may appoint, and at his or her pleasure remove the first deputy town clerk, and then it goes on. So the town board has absolutely nothing to do with appointing a deputy town clerk. So I would like that to be removed from your agenda. Thank you.
Okay. Garrett.
Yes, I have a question or concern. Congratulations to all the ones that won the election and just got sworn. I appreciate it. And my question is, has the town bought the property next door yet, where the house was tore down?
No.
Is that still in the works, that we're gonna buy it, or?
Well, we offered, but we haven't heard anything back.
All right, because my opinion is the town board should not be taking property off the tax rolls to use for some future use they may or may not use it for. Second is, if he wants $28,000 and we're willing to pay 58,000, so technically we're paying the town, the taxpayers are paying to have that building tore down, correct?
Substantially, yes.
So isn't that setting a precedent for anybody else that wants to have something tore down? Just go to the town board, and tell them to take it down.
Well, if we want their property, maybe.
So is that a yes or no?
As I said, if we were trying to acquire their property, then maybe we would set a precedent. I can't imagine.
I'm just not for taking property off the tax rolls, just for something we may or may not use it for.
Okay, duly noted. Thanks.
Yep.
Ted,
I just had to, I had to ask the elves who are bringing in the wood to do it very quietly so that it would not upset you. Welcome to New Year, folks. Good to see you all there. I'd like, I have a couple items. First one is a request. Please, I know that occasionally meetings start a little late and I don't mind a few seconds late, but please don't start before the posted time as you did tonight. It was about, I tried to connect to the meeting 2 minutes before 6, and when I was connected, you were already in motion. I notice I then looked at the organizational resolutions, and I noticed that you have a resolution to change the meeting dates. I actually have no problem with Tuesdays or Wednesdays.
Good.
However, I think that the reasoning for that should have been discussed in open before actually proposing the resolution. Any change is worth discussing. I also noticed in the organizational resolutions, just to address something that that Rhonda mentioned, you are not appointing the deputy town clerk. You are acknowledging the appointment,
yes.
which is exactly as the law describes, that Rhonda described the law. And finally, a question. It's probably a very simple answer for you. I also looked at your vouchers, and I'm just curious, why is it that the clothing allowance for the highway department is on the general fund instead of in the highway fund? Simple question. Thanks. Looking forward to listening to the meeting.
Simple question with a non-simple answer.
It's one of those things.
Yeah. Because the state says so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a simple answer, not a good one, but it's a simple one.
Yeah, it's like, why is it like that? It's not directly related to actually working on the roads as a general fund expense. The building, you know, the administration is all general fund expense. Okay, anyone from the audience here? Is there any correspondence, please? Did you aware? Any correspondence?
I haven't seen any correspondence.
Okay, good. I got an unfortunate text message this afternoon from Matthew Weiss withdrawing his application. Yeah.
Okay.
Citing time demands.
Time.
Yeah. So,
Well, Pacific's here.
yes, but Pacific is here.
Yeah.
So if anyone would like to ask first of all, Pacific, why don't you come up and then a chance to meet the gang.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you all. I think I know you all.
And Pacific has put in an application for the CAC, so. I'm glad that you filled that out.
And thanks for the
I know
reminder.
you've been trying to get involved.
Yeah, happy to be here. I've been to several town board meetings, several planning board meetings, and it's just been good for me to start to get more involved in our local government here. So it's been fun, and I'm looking forward to helping out more.
Maybe you could just give like a 2-minute, like your background and what like skills you have to offer.
I hope I have some skills to offer.
Yeah.
I have a background in architecture, so I have a degree in architecture, a bachelor's of architecture. I've been working in primarily affordable housing for the past 6 years now. I also spent a lot of my undergrad studying resiliency especially in small rural towns. I also worked on net zero energy, net zero water projects in my undergrad as well. And then now all the projects I do are typically net zero energy and fully solar. So I have quite a good knowledge of how systems and buildings work, how those go together to create resilient buildings, but also how that kind of impacts the overall community, and how that might benefit an overall community to have more environmentally friendly buildings. I think there's also the component of environmental conservation, which is maybe more important to this position, but I think that goes hand in hand
Absolutely.
in function. Happy to answer any questions if there are any.
Anybody have any? I don't have any
I'm
questions.
gonna give away my hand here and say, I'm very happy to see you apply.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy to be here. Looking forward to it.
Good.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
We have a big announcement. Craig, you want to make the big announcement?
Sure. Just that the town was awarded another $700,000 from the Community Development Block Grant. It might be the last year for it, we're not unsure, but this will go to help approximately 14 low to moderate income homeowners here in Danby, which
And
we've
it's
already.
not the multi-units.
It's not the multi-units,
Okay.
right? So to date, there have been 26 homeowners that have benefited from the homeowner programs, the 2022 and 2024 program. And then the 2023 program, multifamily has helped out the apartments across the street. So yeah, we're excited. And then so on the agenda tonight is a request to authorize the issuance of a request for proposals to get a consultant to help us manage that, because they are.
And that comes out of the 700?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. So program delivery and grant administration, a little over $100,000. Yeah.
Do we do outreach within the town to like encourage people to apply?
In terms of direct outreach, no, but over the years, there's been just a rolling wait list.
Right.
So we have a pool of people, our consultant is currently keeping a pool.
We've occasionally.
And we advertise
mentioned
in
in the newsletter.
newsletter, and it'll be advertised on the website as well.
Do you know how many are on the wait list so far?
I don't, that's a good question. I know that, let's see, over 24 applied for the last round and only 12 or 13 were selected. So there's at least another dozen.
There's plenty of need. There's plenty of need.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
encouraged a couple people to
Mhm.
try and find out later if they did apply.
Yeah, there's sometimes a steep barrier to get there. It's a little daunting. There's a lot of
Yeah.
paperwork that goes through that. You have to pull up all your financials and everything. And I think that kind of weeds out some people, unfortunately, and
Yeah.
especially if they're elderly or, so, but I try to walk people through the application process.
So
as
we
they
can just say, go talk to
Yeah,
Brad.
absolutely.
That's actually what I've been saying.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. I've had people come
Good.
sit in my office, so,
yeah,
yeah,
Great,
cool.
thank you.
Oh, that's so cool. I hope it's not the last.
yeah, right.
It is, we did pretty well.
Are other local towns participating in that? You know?
The city does automatically, because if you're above a certain threshold of population, you're given a block without having to apply for it.
For towns, I don't think so.
I haven't heard of any.
No.
We're special.
Yeah. But, yeah, we got this. Minutes of the December 15th meeting.
I move that we approve the December 15th meeting minutes as written. I don't think I had any.
I'm happy to second that.
I looked at them, but I wasn't actually here. Does that mean I should really abstain?
Well, you can't, if everybody did that, we might not be able to pass them.
Okay, I'm just curious.
I abstain, so,
Why, because you wrote them?
yeah.
You don't support your own.
No. No, it's not that I do or don't. It's
Yeah.
that I can't vote.
I think it could.
There were only two little, I should have come in early. expanding medical services. I think it's expanding emergency medical services, right?
Yeah,
That Dan talked about.
Okay,
I mean, maybe that's no big deal, but
Yeah.
it sort of is. Anyway, that was it. So I move it. Somebody's got a second.
I did.
think Joe- You did?
Yep. We need 3 votes to pass
Any,
it. so-
any more discussion? Yeah.
Any discussion? Okay, the vote. Your first one.
Connors.
Yes.
Dillon,
abstain.
Larkins.
Yes.
Bruce,
Yes.
Gagnon.
Yes.
Alright.
2. All the reports are in writing, including the supervisor's report, but the supervisor's report has some budget transfers that need to be made in conjunction with it
Yeah.
before we can do the warrants. So there's a resolution that Laura drafted. Do you happen to have it?
Yeah, I've got here some,
Maybe you got the-
uh, resolve to approve the transfer budgeted funds between accounts. Do you want me to read them all off?
Yes.
So from the miscellaneous office equipment line to the central communication, 1,378. From the social security Medicare line to the health insurance, $139. From workers' comp to health insurance, $2,685. From the building contractual to the health insurance, $2,528. And from snow removal and highway, from snow removal contractual to the machinery contractual, 18,000. Looks like insurance, health insurance,
Well, what
was more
happened?
than we had.
Yes.
on.
Right.
Yeah.
That was because of Keith and me, basically.
Right, right.
Put us over that amount.
Right,
Budget. And the 18,000 just happens to correspond to the amount we're paying for this screen that the highway department just acquired.
well, it's so funny, when I read that, I was like, God, that was like a year ago that we talked about
time
that
ago.
screen.
Yeah, we
The
authorized.
screening, we
Keith-
authorized it a year ago.
Yeah.
Well, February,
Gotcha.
yeah,
It was an auction that
City of Ithaca?
Town of Ithaca had this machine, this equipment that is auctioning off through central auctions or whatever the name.
Auction House in East
Auction House.
Aurora.
Yeah,
Okay.
and yes, and Keith was authorized up to 23,000.
Yeah,
The high bid was in fact 23,000, but we didn't get it. But the town of Ithaca didn't sell it because they hadn't yet acquired a new screen yet.
right.
So they kept, so they had the right to reject all bids, they did. But then Keith spoke to them, so they knew Keith was interested. So when they got their new screen, they agreed to sell it to us for
18,
18. So good deal.
yeah,
And we had already authorized it, so
Yeah.
that's why it's,
yeah, it's like deja vu.
yeah. That's how it came to be. So, I'll second that. That was a motion by Leslie to make those transfers.
I just came in on that. I don't know if you guys know I'm here or not, but if you have any questions about it or.
Yeah, you could have said what I just said, right?
Yeah. I just got my off mute here. Sorry.
Sorry.
But yeah, you said it pretty
Congratulations.
much, Joel. It's
Yeah.
we've it's they've marked it down quite a bit for us and
Yeah.
I'll have 3 depositions to prove that it is in fact a good deal for the town. And this is a piece of equipment, a very large machine that they're 150,000 new. That's starting. It's a portable machine, very, very high demand machine. I would say it's probably a gold coin for the town, even though it's a used machine. For what we save with it is it's a phenomenal savings for the town. So, but it's something that we use kind of little throughout the year. So I wouldn't so much go out and buy a brand new one for $150K. If you're only going to use it maybe a few times a year, If you can find some of these older machines, you know, if we may get lucky, get 20, 25 years out of it, you know, and that's a good thing to have laying around, so.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Any questions about the transfers? No. No?
Hines?
Yes.
Dylan?
Yes.
Larkins?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yep.
Daniel?
Yes.
Right, thank you.
Which brings us to the vote.
And so I'll move the general fund abstract 1. Vouchers 1 through 10 for $3,937.50.
Wait a second.
Sorry, was that Canyon second?
While I'm waiting, I'm looking around saying, you know, I don't want to do all the second.
I'll second.
Yeah.
Any discussion?
Nope.
Okay,
Connors?
Yes.
Dylan?
Abstain.
Larkins?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Daniel?
yes.
I move the general fund abstract 25 that finishes up last year pretty much.
We hope.
Yeah, vouchers 511 through 520 for $23,656.56.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay,
Connors?
Yes.
Dylan?
Abstain.
Larkins?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Canyon?
yes.
I'll move the highway fund abstract 25, vouchers 251 through 266 for $44,543.18.
Second.
Questions or comments on that one? Questions or comments on that one?
Yeah.
No, no. Okay,
Connors?
Yes.
Dylan?
Abstain.
Larkins?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Daniel?
yes.
And the West Danby Water District abstract 25, voucher 95 for $1,791.
Second.
That one.
So nice to have them so organized.
Yes.
Something for the water district, something for the,
Hmm?
what was that?
What
The
was
water
that?
district.
Williamson Law Book.
Was that a win?
Was it Williamson? Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Connors?
Yes.
Dylan?
Abstain.
Larkins?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Daniel?
yes.
Very well.
Why is Mariah abstaining?
Because
You proper really?
I had, those vouchers and abstracts were completed under my watch as the town clerk.
Mhm.
So I'm not saying yes, I'm not saying no, I'm just saying I'm having some good boundaries.
Okay. Which brings us to our organizational resolutions. Before we launch into them, though, it is customary to enable us to suspend our usual rule, which is one resolution at a time.
Yeah.
So in order to bundle some of these for expediency's sake, we need a resolution saying that we're going to suspend our rule and bundle. I move we do that.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? So Blake,
So last name seconded.
Yeah.
Okay. Connors?
Yes.
Dylan?
Yes.
Larkins?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Daniel?
yes. All right. Start out with a ceremonial statement by the supervisor, which you get to do, lead off. Leslie tells me they forgot something.
Yeah.
Well, no,
It
that's
was
not
about
part of
the
this, it's
agenda.
not part of the order, it's not.
Yeah.
Stated.
Yeah.
So here's what I have to say about how we're going to do things. The rules of order adopted by the town board is resolution 61 of 2020 and subsequently amended by resolution 46 of 2021 Resolution 134 of 2022 and Resolution 187 of 2022 will be followed at all town board meetings. The orderly conduct of all meetings is imperative. Accordingly, there can be only one speaker at a time, and whoever's chairing the meeting, not just this one, but town meetings, should insist on controlling the order of speakers to ensure that. The following statement of policy will be added to the posted agenda for all town board meetings. Quote, the public has a right to attend and observe all public meetings. This right does not include the right to comment, except at public hearings. It is, however, the policy of the town board to allow for participation by the public at all town board meetings, primarily during time set aside for it, called privilege of the floor. Each speaker may be limited to 3 minutes. May be limited to 3 minutes. Comments may be allowed at other times during the meeting, but only if a person wishing to speak is recognized by the chair. Method of claims for payment of all bills will be by voucher, and the town board will audit all bills. Okay, moving on. So I've lettered these because we're picking them up from where we just left off. What are we up to by way of resolution number, Blake?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Hmm.
I have not been keeping track of it.
Okay, we can, I suppose we could do them after the fact.
Yes, yeah.
So, the first one is the blanket undertaking. Instead of having individually to secure insurance for our own possible malfeasance, we have a blanket undertaking that covers everybody. Insurance policy covers that. That's the first resolution. The second one is to invest, approval to invest idle funds. The third reaffirms NICLAS as a repository for idle funds.
Is that the only repository for idle funds?
Oh, no, the bank. There's a blanket authorization in B, but then C basically says that NICLAS is called out as simply primary.
The primary, okay. But it doesn't say where you're gonna invest.
Well, NICLAS is a bundling. It's
I
a,
understand, I know what NICLAS is.
yeah,
I mean, you can't invest
Later on.
in idle funds in Bitcoin.
right. Well, we are constrained
Not yet.
by state law. There's only very few places you can invest municipal funds,
Okay,
and we have to abide by the rules. So there's not a whole lot of options, actually. But what NICLAS does is it finds the best of the available options to invest in.
right. Oh, no, I don't have any problem with NICLAS. It's just that it says it authorizes supervisor to invest idle funds. And I'm just saying where. So you
Oh.
can, just in NICLAS?
Well, NICLAS is one of the places.
Are you suggesting that that resolution should be more limited, like
Well-
invest idle funds as approved by the board or something like that?
Right.
We'll be okay with that, but
Can
I
we,
don't know that it's necessary if there's only so many options anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we're legally constrained.
do you invest them anywhere besides New York Class?
No. Well, we did have a CD, but I think we let it run out because NICLAS is a better deal.
Right,
So basically, our funds are entirely invested with NICLAS now. The rest of it is in checking accounts where we're not making much of anything.
right.
I mean, this just allows it to happen. I mean, if we find some other place that you want to invest.
I mean, if interest
then
rates
we
suddenly
can-
change and there's a really good CD or something, you could do it.
Yeah,
Okay, but you could do it without the board approval. You could just make
I could,
you could just invest
Yeah.
idle funds.
yes,
Anywhere you want.
right.
yep.
Well,
Well,
anywhere I want that's allowed by law,
right,
which are pretty constrained. No Bitcoin,
no,
no Intel stock, you can't do this thing.
Okay.
Let's see. And then the D is the compromise. Are you willing to bundle those?
Yeah.
Four?
Yes.
So, I'll move A through D.
I'll second.
Ready to vote?
Yes.
Dylan.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Bruce.
Yes.
Yes. The next one, E, the salary, we're not, we're essentially enumerating that which the budget already provided.
Right.
These numbers are mostly pulled from the budget.
Yeah.
And filled in here, so the public has a list, there it is, they're all set forth. Shows what everybody's getting paid. And I think it's okay. Let me check with Laura.
I do have a question about it. It took me a little bit of time to figure out who is the deputy town supervisor and who's the assistant to supervisor. And Zach helped me out, but might be interesting to like, it would be good to know, well, who it is and what the role is for assistant to supervisor. I know that Laura does it, which I find it to be a little confusing that there's somebody collecting multiple different lines is a little bit hard to follow, but I also don't know exactly what that role is, assistant to supervisor, or how it's different from bookkeeper. So I don't really know how we as the board would oversee that role without me at least knowing. I don't even know what that role is. It's not an objection to passing this, but I wanted to say it because I thought of it while I was looking at it.
Yeah, and you know, the position was created, well, the way all the other ones were created, you know, not that long ago. All of these things were done by one person, the supervisor. And I think Ed Nitton was the last one to do it, where he was both the supervisor and the bookkeeper. And he didn't have an assistant, and he did it all. When Rick took over, he instantly decided he needed a bookkeeper.
Yeah.
By and by, the assistant was added as well. So I inherited it basically.
Yeah.
The highway department, Laura serves in multiple capacities, and one of those is highway secretary as well.
Yeah.
So you have to add them all up and say, well, how much does Laura do? Well, she does A, B, C, and D.
I mean, there are job descriptions for almost
Yeah.
all these things that we could put them together in a bundle.
The other thing is not,
In a folder somewhere.
which I find confusing every year because I had to hunt for it. The assistant highway superintendent is in the highway budget instead of in the general fund budget. I asked Laura, why is that? Well, because we've always done it that way. But it doesn't make any sense really, because you know, the assistant to the clerk is in the general fund. You know, assistant to the planner is in the general fund. Why should the assistant to the highway superintendent be in? Because it's in the highway budget, it then is aggregated when how much we spend to maintain our roads includes the salary for the deputy highway superintendent,
Right.
which is a salaried position as opposed to a wage, which is what the rest of everybody else in the highway department gets, a wage. So to me, it doesn't make any sense, but so maybe we change it, but that's the way it's always been.
Right.
You know, so there's some things that we've changed in recent years just to make it hard, easy to parse. But a lot of it is inherited from the way the state accounting system is set up.
If we were going to make changes, it wouldn't be now anyway. It would be when we do the budget, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could
Yeah.
say, we could say for the next year budget, we're gonna,
Yeah. Makes more sense to do it then.
yeah. Any other questions? So that the 24.82 an hour is now the county living wage.
Right.
So that was adjusted to that for the lowest for anybody. And the other change we made this year, we made the historian as an honorarium.
Right.
Any questions about them?
Did you move E?
Hasn't been moved yet.
I'll
Wait a minute, you want to do it
I'll
separately?
move E. I mean, to me, it's sort of separate.
Okay.
I'll second that.
All ready? Okay, Blake?
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay. F is paying the bills. Authorizing me to pay bills. And also, notably, well, as authorized by town law, basically to pay bills when they can be paid in advance, which is a very short list.
Yeah.
Which is part of a problem we've been having with the controller's office, you know, credit card bills is not among them.
Yeah. Well, what are the things that can pay in advance? Utilities,
Utilities,
salary, some payroll
I
stuff.
don't know, 3333.
There's, yeah, anyway. Okay,
Oh, and you're notably here, and to execute contracts.
Yeah.
And so it's a blanket authorization to execute contracts, which I have not been doing
no,
without board
yeah,
consideration, but you do authorize me to do it. So occasionally, it's a recurring thing.
yeah.
I could do it without having to say, okay, go to board first.
You know which ones are a problem.
Yeah. Is that, do I make that freestanding or? should
That
we-
one, no, that and the mileage reimbursement.
Yeah, that was pretty standard. It went from 70 to 72.5 cents. You authorized me to do the financial report,
Yeah,
by way of the report to the state controller. And.
The financial report,
Yeah, the annual report.
that 2024, has that been submitted?
24 has.
You've got the
Yeah.
24th financial report has been submitted?
Yeah.
The town
Oh,
clerk
the-
did not
oh,
receive
the
a
date-
copy of
the
it.
date.
That is a mistake.
yeah, that's a
Mariah.
mistake.
Thanks for catching. Because it should say
2025.
2025. Financial
The
report.
town clerk, as of last week, did not have a copy of 24 or 25.
Well, we wouldn't have 25.
We wouldn't
because
have
it's
25.
Written yet,
Okay,
but 24 was submitted back in, I don't know, June.
Yeah,
it was not submitted to the town clerk.
Well, it should have been.
Huh.
So, so the town clerk may duly note that you're supposed to get this thing,
We go to.
and then, you can ask Laura for a copy of last year, so it could be on file with the clerk, because it should be.
Yeah.
23, 23 and 24.
23 and
The town
24.
clerk has not seen either of those.
Yeah, how that happened.
I think it's just a standard report that's run out of Williamson Law Books.
Mhm.
So she should just be able to run it right out of Williamson.
Well,
Law
I mean,
Books.
what we're doing here is, the state controllers, the report that we fill out, and there it's a standard thing, you fill in the blanks on the state forms.
But you
That
can
is where it
run-
could be submitted.
Okay, I get it.
That's a
You're
different
submitting a state report.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So
so we need to get
After
copies
each-
of the 23 and 24 to the.
Yeah, yeah. F through H. Remove that,
Oh, second.
Yep,
Sorry, which one?
F through
F
H.
through A, F, G, and H.
Canyon moved and. is it-
And Mark seconded.
Connors,
Yes,
Miller,
Yes.
Larkins.
Yes.
Bruce.
Yes.
Gannon.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
welcome.
Pardon me, but Blake is basically inaudible on Zoom.
Yeah,
He
I
doesn't-
don't doubt it.
Doesn't matter. Okay,
I'm not sure how we address that, but
Suppose I would sit at the table, but.
yeah, you could, or you could just,
it doesn't,
well, the trouble is if he turns his mic on, well, can you turn your mic on without being?
It's gonna cause
It's gonna cause feedback.
Yeah.
Because it's in the same room. So you either could shout at the table, or you could pull up a chair.
It'll be in the minutes.
yeah.
Yeah,
so,
Did we vote yet? We did.
we did.
yes,
Yeah. Agree to spend highway funds. The way this works is, the general repair part, we authorize now. The capital improvement part of it, which is mostly CHIPS money, is by agreement between which the board has to sign with the highway superintendent. And I've never known us to have it together by this point in the year, so
Yeah.
Keith works it out.
and sometimes there's an additional one.
Yeah,
that's
And
for
so at some
press.
point he'll say, oh, I kind of like to do whatever, and he'll come to us with a proposed list of for the year, or at least part of the year, and we'll sign off on it, and then he'll have the authorization to proceed.
Why does this line item get called out as needing a separate agreement to spend?
That's
I
been
don't know.
how long?
State.
It's town law says that highway funds need to be specifically approved or something?
Yes.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Capital improvements anyway, not the maintenance, but. the
Oh, I
capital
see,
improvements.
capital improvements.
So, yeah, which roads you're going to fix up is by mutual agreement. So that's that one.
Yeah. change funds in the town clerk's office.
Yeah, which is pretty standard. Yeah, $100 to make change with.
Yeah,
Um,
and
and who is authorized to receive credit card payments?
Yeah.
Clerk, the deputy clerk, and the court clerk.
I might be missing something, but what does it mean to receive credit card payments? Isn't it the credit card company that receives the payments? What does that
Well-
mean? To make the payments?
Well, they're authorizing, no, you make them to any one of these people.
So like, if you want to buy a license for
Yeah.
hunting,
Yeah.
you can pay with your credit card to the clerk's
Okay,
office.
okay.
Or you can
Yeah.
They
pay
receive the
your,
payments from.
yes.
Okay, got it.
yeah,
But it's an interesting question, though. Aren't there some you can make, can you make payments on the website?
Yes,
yeah,
So are those to
that's
the
E,
clerk,
E.
yes,
Right.
essentially?
Clerk.
yes, and the tax
Electronic.
payments go to the tax. You pay your tax, if you do it right, if you pay your tax and you say this is for tax, it'll go to the tax account. And if you buy a dog license, it'll go to the clerk account.
Okay, cool. But that's covered by the blanket.
Mhm.
And those are all town clerk.
So IJK,
If you'd like to do that, well,
I move them.
okay.
Second.
Me?
Connors?
Yes,
Dillon?
Yes,
Larkins?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Gagnon?
Yes. Right, every year we designate who the authorized holders of town credit cards are. We had a brief discussion before the meeting. I had talked to Laura about this. These are the primary holders. They're not, they're the names under which cards are issued. It is our practice and has been from the get-go that the cards get shared. For instance, there's only one card for the water district and it's then issued under Ben Coakley's name. But any purchases made by credit card in the water district are done using that card, even though it's under Ben's name. The same thing is true for the highway. There's a few cards, but the card is shared. You know, if they need a part at some store other than ones with whom we have an account,
right,
you know, either Jack or Laura or Jim's card gets taken down there by whoever's making the purchase and they use it.
Yeah.
So that is our practice. So we need to revise our policy, but
Yeah.
these are the authorized issuers, the ones to whom the cards will be issued. And it reflects the fact that Mariah was on there and Blake is on there now because the clerk is one of them. And came off, somebody else came off and went.
I came up.
You came
Oh, yeah.
off
Yeah,
because you're no
yeah.
longer
Yeah.
our facility manager.
as I mentioned, I did put the training on my card.
Yes.
Which is now off, so I just want to make sure that I don't want to show up at training and have them say, oh, no, you
Your
don't.
card's
have
no
the
good,
card.
yes, right. No problem.
I'll talk to you about that later.
Yeah.
Do you have your card yet?
No.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It happened that whenever we have a transition like this,
Right.
is that, the new clerk uses the old clerk's card until the new clerk gets the card.
Okay,
That's what happened last time, and then the auditors get freaked out because, Janice's card got used for 3 weeks after she wasn't the clerk anymore.
yeah,
For all purchases made by the clerk's office, because that was the card that they had.
yeah.
So I mean, it was,
We'll have to figure that out.
we need to figure
Yeah.
that out.
So that,
And the other thing they called out, which they did call out, was that we had more cards issued than our policy
right,
Yeah.
counted for.
Yeah.
To look get rid of the limit, because what we've done is we've issued more cards, as many as it makes sense. Because at least if it's on Ben Coakley's card, it's a water district purchase.
right,
If you've got, only one card for highway, you don't know who the heck made the purchase. You have a better shot at it if you've got multiple cards.
I do feel a little concerned that we got tagged in that audit for a number of issues relating to credit cards And now we're increasing the number and acknowledging that multiple people are using cards under one name, which makes it pretty hard to like, for us as the town board to do the role that we're supposed to do, which is like audit those payments and make sure that they're happening on time. I feel like I have a lot to learn about that process, but it does seem a little counterintuitive that we're broadening. We're doing more cards and using them by more people right after being told like, we're not following our own current policy
yeah.
with how we.
I mean, this list actually is one less than what it was.
But we're changing the policy to eliminate the limit, so
Right,
we
because
can
the limit-
continue.
To even
because the
put a
limit was
limit on it.
7.
Yeah,
And the reason we exceeded the 7 was for the reason I stated, which is to say that it's easier for the board to audit if it knows that it was Mariah who made the purchase than if it's just
You know, it's a clerk's office.
clerk's office.
Mm.
Now, if you could do that, it might make sense to have a clerk office card, but you know,
Well-
if you kind of use a credit card that says clerk office, who's the signature on it?
Right. I mean, one of the things that this little group needing to address some of these issues that were brought up in the last audit, that we need to find out, okay, well, what other towns do and what do they want us to do?
yeah.
Because this is an issue for not just Danby, but it's all towns have the same issue.
Right, we're
Now,
not.
if you're a
not
big enough
supposed to-
operation,
Yeah, we're not supposed to pay in advance of audit,
right?
but we're also not supposed to incur late.
Yeah, I did notice
Yeah.
that.
And it's like, well,
So
how do we do
there's-
that?
we
Because, you
have
know,
to- Yeah, we'll have to figure
because
it out.
the board meeting is a movable date, there are times when there's no way you can do one or the other, but you can't do both.
Yeah.
Or we could do extra meetings, that's,
Well, yeah, but that's kind of.
And we
tail
have
wagging
done
the
that.
dog.
Yeah,
we
Yeah.
have done that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, pardon me,
Anyway,
but you're
that one.
referencing a credit card policy that is not being reaffirmed in resolution O.
that's correct.
And you're modifying something that is not being,
This is not part of that policy. Let's just go on. So that's L.
Well, L designates, but it does say, it does have a further resolve that the limit is.
But the list technically has nothing, it's separate
From the policy.
from the policy.
Yes.
So that this is the list, and then there's the policy. And I know that currently in the policy, there's something written about how many people are on the list. So the policy needs to get changed,
Right,
but we also need to find out from the state what it is they expect us to do about it.
yeah,
So,
that's true too.
I wouldn't have put that sentence there.
Well, I mean, it did.
I know that. Yeah.
So to that point, you want to leave this sentence in or take it out because we're in process of revising the policy?
I think it makes sense to take it out,
Take what out?
to take out the sentence after the bullet,
Yeah.
be it further resolved.
Further
Yeah.
resolve.
No, I-
Because it's a little confusing,
No.
what are we
No.
changing if it hasn't been
I
passed
scribbled
yet?
it out.
Yeah, I think it
Okay.
makes sense to do it separately.
Yeah,
All right,
it is separate.
take it out.
It's separate resolutions.
Well,
This is not technically a policy. This is just a list of names.
Yeah.
So,
so let's take it out. You want to make L freestanding, or should we include some other stuff too?
well, let's add a few more and what
Okay.
the
So
official.
that's taken out of whatever, when it gets moved.
Yeah,
Let's see, official newspaper, don't have a whole lot of choice, there's only one.
and it has to be a daily, right?
Yeah, well, that's why it's only one. And the county has remarked to the state that, hey, can't you get rid of this? Because, but
Yeah.
so far, we're stuck with it, so we're fighting the state law.
Ones that don't have a daily, yeah.
Thaler and Thaler, we do have a proposal from Guy for what his services would cost us in 2026.
Yeah.
And I think I shared that with the board. When we got it in, I don't know, October or November.
Yeah,
And so we're sticking with them, but we reserve the right to use others if we
Yeah.
feel desirable.
so that's L through N.
Okay,
I move. Like,
ready?
Okay, Connors?
yes.
Dylan?
Yes.
Larkin?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes,
Danny?
Yes. Okay, so some of the policies got reaffirmed, and some of them got added that we hadn't previously done. And we're not affirming the credit card policy because we're working on it.
Right.
So these are all ones I think were okay, which is why we put them in. We may want to revisit them and revise them at some point, but they're not, they're functional as they are.
Right.
Well, the email policy, is there a newer one?
It's resolution 234 from 2024.
Okay,
That's the most recent.
two
And
thirty-four.
resolution 234 of 24. And the correspondence policy was resolution 124 of 2023.
2023. I have to remember to make changes in my template, because
I know.
they just didn't get, be wrong next year too, so just pick it up.
And I think the town board rules and procedure or rules of order, was resolution 187 of 2022.
Which number is it? Which one is that?
That's number 5.
I want these put in alphabetical order next to me.
Yeah, okay, well, that could be a, that boy, the alphabet.
I gave you
So it's 5 is resolution number what?
0.
Number
Huh?
5.
Number 5 is what?
The town board rule.
Oh, the town, resolution 187
187.
of 22.
2022. Okay,
Let's just do that. I move O.
Second.
Connor,
Yes.
Dylan,
Yes.
Larkins,
Yes.
Bruce,
Yes.
Daniel.
yeah,
And then that's a whole bunch of appointments.
yeah,
Before we move on really quick, I recently came across a list of policies that towns are required to have, and I think we're missing one. It has to do with data breach reporting.
The what?
Data breach reporting, it's like we're required to have a policy that says that if there's a data breach, we'll report it to the AG's office or something.
yeah.
It came upon a list of like towns have to have these, so we should just put it on our to-do list
Yeah.
to get a template.
There's a couple other ones.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just to catch.
Yeah, that was a
up.
recent addition, and it didn't make the list.
Yep.
In fact, we
Huh.
probably should have passed it when they said you need it.
Yeah, I don't know how long ago that was. I
Yeah.
didn't see
We'll
dates.
look at it, look at it, because there's 2 other ones that we need to add.
Well, if we could find out what they are, we could make a
Yep.
point to,
Gives us something to do.
yeah.
So the health consortium appointment is Laura is the rep,
Yeah. Yeah,
deputy town clerk is Cynthia,
yeah.
I assume.
Yes,
You
We're
still okay?
acknowledging that.
Are you still okay with Cindy?
yes.
Okay.
Um,
Acknowledging the deputy highway superintendent is Jack. Appointment of court
Appointed,
clerk, which is
Gare.
kind of weird, is Diane
Gare.
Bear. Acknowledgement of the supervisor appointments.
And Deputy Supervisor, Leslie's willing to continue. Laura is all these 3 things.
I missed that the first time. Now I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mary Ann is the historian. Who I asked if she would give us a report, by the way.
Hmm?
I asked Mary Ann if she would give us a report
Yeah.
as the historian,
right.
as opposed to as a data.
You
manager.
asked her already?
I did.
Okay.
She didn't reply she would, but I did ask her.
And then additional appointments in the town clerk office.
I wonder
That's
whether we
just-
need to, because it's optional,
Hmm?
do we need to list like the dog licenses or?
I believe some of them are already included under the town clerk's privileges.
Yeah,
I believe
it's a
those-
privilege. It's not a,
Yeah, these
Order.
ones are not included within town law as specified.
Yeah. But some of the ones that were in town law, didn't they get removed as being no longer required?
Not to the best of my knowledge.
I think some of them are not required, but most towns have kept
Yeah,
it because residents want to get the landing licenses from the town clerk.
right.
And it's, you
I'm not
know,
suggesting that we not do
it's a
it. We're just
connection.
wondering whether we needed to because it's no longer
I wonder,
required.
yeah, wonder if,
It's, and it's optional. Let's say, well, it's optional, but we'd like to do it. But if you think it's included within the list of,
Yeah.
things that the clerk can do without having to
Yeah,
get authorization.
I think
Yeah.
it certainly doesn't hurt to pass this resolution.
yeah, yeah.
Just
Well,
have
certainly
it.
this, because
We
these
have-
are ones that you would,
yeah,
you
we
need
have
the
to
extra
do that.
resolution for. I was just wondering whether we needed to add those others.
Yeah.
No longer,
Well, let's look into that. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
but in the meantime, these are definitely want to be included.
Yeah. We've never had it in there.
No.
Appointment of contact for New York State Grants Gateway is the town planner.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
You know, that planner is just busy. Dog control officers,
You
SPCA.
realize you're being pointed all these things.
Yeah, just one, it probably doesn't matter. But the grants gateway is replaced by the state financial system. It doesn't.
What do you mean by that?
SFS.
New York State Grants Gateway.
They changed the name of. the-
Yeah.
You're just the contact person.
I'm the contact.
What is the name?
The statewide financial system.
Yeah,
Statewide Financial System.
Yeah,
Yes, came up with that.
I know. but Just as comments.
Is that, okay, so the planner, so V should read appointment of contact for statewide financial system.
Yeah, but
SFS.
but one thing on that, that caught me by surprise that I would be the one appointed to that. Currently, Laura is the listed
Contact.
contact
Shouldn't
in
be.
the system. I'm authorized for a lot of roles. Joel's authorized for a lot of roles.
So,
But
I think it would make more sense for this to be Laura than for you.
it might, because it is a statewide
Okay.
financial system,
all right,
has to do with. I don't know if Laura, if you have any comment on that, but, she's the
Yeah,
one that got the code. I remember Laura and I were we had like a whole back and forth
Yes,
to try and
right.
figure out.
What do you think, Laura?
I think that sounds good. You know, these things are always changing, so we always have to go in and try to navigate things.
Mhm.
So I am perfectly willing to be that person that goes into those types of systems. That's okay with me.
Shall we put the position and not the person? The person can change, you make it the bookkeeper.
okay, the bookkeeper,
Mhm. Okay, and we're changing state grants. Gateway to statewide or state financial system, SFS.
should we put the bookkeeper or the budget officer?
Good question. What do you think?
Because we have other
I
people.
mean,
we
she's
would
in
consider.
multiple capacities.
I guess
I
the way I
mean-
think about it, a lot of times it's all the same, with me, it's all the same thing because I do it all. But
Yeah, right. I mean, in what capacity do you think you would be serving to do this?
Is the budget officer?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think it is more
Okay, bookkeeper.
bookkeeper because we don't really, it's a matter of a lot of things are calculations, a lot of things are, adding things that we need spreadsheets on, that, they're looking for certain kinds of backup. So I would say that
Okay,
would be,
okay, so that.
It's either that or assistant to the supervisor, which is,
So V is appointment of contact for statewide financial system is the bookkeeper.
yes.
Okay. And then the last one on that, I would put W, the appointment of dog control officers, SPCA.
mhm.
That's E through W.
Okay, so
O
that's
through
a
W?
good bunch right there, so that's but. P through W?
O through
I think
W.
we did O.
Hmm?
We did O already.
Yeah, we did O.
O was separate.
Right, so P through W.
P through W. O was separate.
Was that a motion by Laura?
Yes,
Leslie?
that's me motioning.
Okay,
Sorry, wait one second.
Mariah,
So the rest are appointments.
Ready?
yep,
All right, Connors,
Yes.
Dillon,
Yes.
Larkins.
Yes.
Bruce.
Yes.
Gannon.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then we go to appointment of members. The first one is for the CAC. We have 3 people whose terms were up, because there are only 2-year terms on the CAC. And the 3 people are myself, Ann Klingensmith, and Don Schaffler. And then we had, well, we have to take Matt off because he's not.
Yeah.
Withdrew. We have, must get, things get too imbalanced, in order to have them be at least sort of half 1 year and half the next year. I'm recommending that we appoint specific to a 1-year term.
For the, and then after that, it would be 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Yeah, okay,
So they'll list their alternating.
okay. So there's that.
And then, if you want a bunch of these too, we could.
Yeah, there's all these appointments. We
Yeah.
could just bunch.
Monica Kirschgessner to the County Youth Recreation Partnership Board. We have Connie Sapansky and Madeline Ulinsky to the Danby Youth Commission. We have Leonard Dodge to the Town Water Advisory Committee. We have Elizabeth Lamb to the Board of Zoning Appeals. We have Colleen Cowan to the Planning Board.
Is that good?
And stop there.
CC. So that's through CC.
As the, if I'm gonna be the liaison to the Danby Youth Commission, do I not get, I don't get listed here because I'm not. a
Because you're
member
not,
of
if you're
it?
a liaison, you're not a member.
I'm not a member, okay, just.
Now, is that right, Catherine, or should he be a member?
You don't have to be a member,
Okay.
but if you would like it, of course, we'll be happy to have you.
No, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't missed if it was supposed to be there, but that's fine.
We can always add you later.
Okay.
I think we'd be
Not
happy,
what to ask for.
be happy to appoint you
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So let's see, with the,
I'll move X through CC.
and did somebody second?
Second.
Zach, second.
Yes.
Dylan.
Yes.
Laura.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes. Okay. Now we have a threat assessment team. And it calls the enabling resolution calls out certain positions as being held by certain constituencies. One is a town board member, not the supervisor. And that was Catherine, I believe. But Catherine is not the town board member, so we need somebody to take her place.
When was the last time this committee met?
That I do not know.
I don't believe that has.
Laura, when was the last time the threat assessment team met?
Richard, were you asking me?
No, I was asking Laura, but I'm not
I
sure she's
know you
listening.
haven't met in time to.
Yes.
We needed to, we've been
Yeah,
talking about.
Well, we've said that. We said that a year ago
that's right.
and we haven't met, so.
I don't think the group met in 25, right?
Or 24.
No.
No?
No,
Uh,
no,
Sorry, I'm
not
just
since I've been here.
trying to get unmuted there. Yeah, we haven't met in a while, and I know it's something that we've been planning to do, and I think that we still should have this committee. And we just need to, we've had so much on our plate, so many things happening, but we do need to get back at it. We do need to call a meeting, and I could start setting that up this week if you'd like. I mean, not for the meeting to be this week, but maybe reach out to those on it and get a time and see where we left off and see what we have happening there.
I think I concur with others in that it'd be good to have that group convene.
Yes.
So who among us, there's not I, would like to serve on that group?
Are you going to do it?
I'd rather not.
No?
I'll sit on it.
Yeah.
I'll learn how to threaten people.
Okay. The other one is, do we have confirmation that Tyler's
Yes.
willing to be? Okay, and the other thing was we designated Laura as the chair here. We don't have to do that.
I think it might Be better if someone could, who's really able to facilitate that meeting, chair. I mean, it has not been pulled together in 2 years. I think if it could be pulled together.
I'm sure that, you know, if the meeting occurred, that Laura would be more than capable of facilitating it, but your question is whether we're getting it to happen.
Right. Yeah, maybe Blake or Steve could chair it.
That would be fine for me.
Would you like to do that? But
Would it be possible to leave off the chairing discussion until next meeting and just appoint the members and then appoint the chair separately?
could, I mean, we remember to come back to it.
maybe this group could get together and decide.
Well, yeah, well, in which
Makes
case
sense.
you have to agree when to do it, because that's the
Yeah.
problem. Part of the chair's duties is to call the meeting.
Right, right.
If you don't.
And if Laura's
don't
been
appoint a chair, the
busy,
group never convenes.
instead of like, throwing her under the bus, I think we should have a discussion with everybody about what makes sense.
Mhm.
And if she's too busy to do it, then somebody else can do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll take the chair position. If no one
You don't know
else-
what you're getting into.
It's both, right?
I think we should meet, and I think this group of people should meet and then I would leave the chair off of this.
Okay,
Jill, Catherine's.
yes,
One quick point. We did have a resident on this originally on purpose, and that person was the chair, and then that person left.
Yeah.
Because of something. So there
Yeah.
still could be a resident.
Yeah.
you could,
And, you know.
right, in the beginning,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yep.
That slot though is the one that's in 5,
yeah.
which we got Tyler filling now.
I would like to hold off
With the point.
the
with the
appointment
chair.
of chair off of this.
So why don't we just take the chair, designation out of there? However, somebody needs to convene the group. So Laura will convene the group.
Yeah.
She just said
Okay.
she would.
Yeah.
And then you can decide amongst yourselves
Yeah.
who's going to chair. Okay.
Be
You want to
great.
do that? All right. Well, you want to do other ones with that one, or you want to bundle some other ones?
No,
with
there's
that?
a whole bunch, all the rest of these, almost all the rest of these.
Yep, you want to bundle one with this one?
Yep, I think,
Okay. So the next one is the appointment of section 504 coordinator. For that, in that capacity, it is I. The pond supervisor is Marianne Kozak. The assistant recreation supervisor, which is essentially assistant to the pond supervisor, is Jeremiah Kozak. The fair housing officer is the planner. He's executed that role in exemplary fashion. The section 3 coordinator is also the planner. The stormwater management officer is also the planner. The representative to the Cougar Lake Watershed Intermunicipal Organization is the planner.
oh,
The, there are 2 representatives of the Ithaca Thompson County Transportation Council. There's 2 groups there. There's a policy committee and a planning committee. I'm the representative, and have been anyway, to the policy committee, which is a non-voting role for the town of Danby. The planning committee is the more important, actually, because that's where the actual policy creation happens. And for that, the planner is a representative. Proposed anyway. Any promises to be actually plug in? The Council of Governments, I've been representing the town, it's mostly supervisors of the towns that are representative. But we're supposed to have an alternate, and Leslie's named as the alternate. And Blake, it's the responsibility of the clerk to notify the county who our representatives are going to be. case for some of the towns for not telling them. Appointment, Jim Holohan has been serving as our, and is willing to continue serving as our energy advisor.
I would stop there.
Hmm?
I would
Stop
stop
there.
there. I would do
Yeah, that would be a good
Yeah.
place to stop, okay?
DD through NN.
Okay. You're moving those?
I'm moving that.
Okay.
Second.
Any comments? Anything? Okay,
Thomas,
Yes.
Dylan,
Yes.
Larkin.
Yes.
Bruce.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes. And then we have chairs of,
Yeah.
Kelly Maher to chair the planning board. Earl Hicks, do we have any confirmation from Earl? Yes, Earl Hicks to chair the Board of Zoning Appeals. We have the joint, as in the last couple of years, the Ann Klingesmith and Jonathan Ziska co-chairing the Conservation Advisory Council. And those are those.
Yeah.
How we do those as a
Yeah.
group? What number was that? That was,
Through QQ.
yes, through QQ.
Second.
Canyon.
I guess I moved it.
Yeah, he
Yes.
moved it.
And. Right. Connors,
Yes.
Dylan,
Yes.
Larkin.
Yes.
Bruce.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, no, this will make me take a little bit of time. We keep running into these, a problem with Monday meetings because it's often the times that holidays get moved, they're celebrated the following Monday. So there are oftentimes 2 or 3, sometimes even 4 times a year when our meetings conflict with these holidays, as is the case in January, where Martin Luther King Day is the 19th, when we had scheduled ourselves to meet. So we had a few years ago, we were first Monday and then the Wednesday after the second Tuesday, which was really confusing. And it occurred to me that if it weren't for the fact that the planning board meets on the 3rd Tuesday, we could do Tuesdays 1st and 3rd. And I talked to Kelly and Greg about it, and the planning board, Kelly Polt board, the planning board, they're all willing to move to Wednesday. Which would free up the 3rd Tuesday, so we could go 1st and 3rd Tuesday, which would be pretty clear and easy to remember. So I'm
And-
proposing that we do
The
that,
planning board would be the 3rd Wednesday.
yeah. That's the next resolution.
Oh, that's the next one, sorry.
But for us, 1st and 3rd Tuesday. Now, I said commencing with the February meetings. If we make the change in the following resolution, we could do the 20th. Which is because the Mariah and Mark and Zach and Blake are all going to be gone from the 21st to the 23rd, but they'll still be here on the 20th.
I will be gone, I'm going on the 20th.
You're going.
It starts at like 8 o'clock in the morning on the 21st.
Mhm.
So I don't drive at 7 o'clock. I don't.
It's still dark there.
So I'm going on the 20th.
So anyways, there's a consideration, because we could either do it on the 20th without Mariah, or we could,
Oh, and I might not be here depending on,
well, then you got the possibility you might be gone on the 20th, right? Well, you
I
may be
don't-
before that, right? Either way.
I think it's before that. I don't have my calendar with me.
Right, but if we back up to the previous
What's that
week,
Wednesday? Is the Wednesday the 20th?
the
21st?
20th is a Tuesday, the 19th is a Monday. So you would have had a conflict with the second meeting regardless.
Right.
But if we back up to the previous week, we could do it the 15th, is it? Is that the
15th is a
Thursday?
Thursday.
We could do Thursday the 15th or Friday the 16th.
Oh, 19th is MLK, is that what you said before?
Yeah.
I could do the 15th.
You've already published a meeting date of the 19th.
Yes, I know, but we're not doing it then. It being a federal holiday, some people think it's poor form.
I need a calendar.
Yeah, that's fine.
if some people, well, I mean, other people think, well, what a great thing to do on a national holiday is to have a public meeting, right? But that was not the opinion of everybody. It's like, kind of like meeting on the 4th of July. So, what's your preference? So I put in here January 15th. When I wrote that, I didn't realize that the point of the possibility.
I think I would likely for the 15th over the 20th, or just that week.
It would also make it possible for Leslie to be here. Because the Association of Towns meeting the following week. How come they're designating our representative to the Association of Towns isn't on this list? Could have sworn it was. Which is what you noticed, is that it should have been on the list, but wasn't. Anyway, I then will be willing to move resolution RR as it is drafted. And while we're at it, we could do SS, which has the planning board move to the 3rd Wednesday. Starting in January. Is that okay? So I'll move RR and SS.
Second.
I just, hold on, I believe there was a public meeting. For
Yeah,
the
we have to
night
redo that.
originally
That's-
scheduled,
It's on the agenda to reschedule.
to reschedule it,
Yeah.
okay,
We canceled it because of the
Oh.
conflict.
very good.
We ready for that?
All right. Connors?
Yes.
Dylan?
Yes,
Larkins?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes,
Daniel?
Yes,
All right, me.
okay.
we should put like a big notice in the newsletter and the email that we're changing the regular. meeting.
Yes, absolutely. It needs to go on, it needs to go on the calendar, it needs to go on the website, it needs to go in the newsletter. And I think there needs to be a legal notice and besides, well, and you send a notice to the media,
Yeah, there will be a notice published.
yeah,
Technically, we don't have to publish it, but we will be.
yes. Is it on the list of actions to designate the,
The public hearing?
no, the delegate to the annual meeting?
No, it wasn't
see
on the
that.
list.
It should have been.
Yeah, but did we do SS already?
Yeah,
Mhm.
we just did
What
those.
was I doing? I don't remember voting on SS, or did you bundle them?
We've-
Okay. I'm trying to figure out when the
Yeah,
Association of Towns meeting is, and it's like the 14th through 17th. Well,
Is it?
February,
oh, February,
Yeah.
yes, not March, not January, February, okay. Well,
okay,
given it is in February, we just got the information from them for the
Yeah.
meeting.
yeah,
They just published the agenda recently, but we have, every time when they have these annual meetings, there's also a business meeting associated with it, where there are resolutions proposed that what the initiatives for the Association of Towns to support. And we give voting instructions to our delegate on how we're gonna handle that. So that will have to be on the agenda between now and either probably put to it the first meeting in February to address what these things are.
right.
So you know.
But I think
Assuming you will.
I think the sending in the delegate thing is usually, needs to be in by February 7th.
Mhm.
So that should be done
Well, we could do it right now.
either now or the next meeting.
Right, wasn't on the agenda. Of course, we never vote on things that are not on the agenda. The agenda is not final until we get.
Yeah, really.
Um, and that's not a policy.
No,
So this is out of, I mean, it wasn't on the agenda. We should have added to as an addition in the beginning of the meeting, but we didn't, but I'm going to do it right now. I move that we appoint, or designate Leslie Connors as the town's delegate to the Association of Towns annual meeting.
Second.
So the only question, in course of discussion, might others want to go? Any interests?
Where is it?
New York City.
Same, the
Let's
one we
go.
went to last year.
I'm in.
You want to go?
Sure.
Okay, so we have more than one delegate. We have only one vote, do we?
Right. There'd be a backup delegate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Are you an alternate then?
Yes.
I got my picture in the newsletter. Just the back of my head, holding up a thing.
That's
Like a foam finger?
No, it was they give you little pallets to vote, you know,
Oh.
the little,
Oh, yeah.
Little pumpkin.
yeah, the paddle board, yeah. Back of my head, I recognized my.
You
hair.
recognize the back of your head.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I recognize the back of my head.
I'll bring it next meeting so you can all see it.
Yeah. Well, look, it's Leslie's back.
Okay. So
Yeah,
who seconded that?
I think I seconded it. Do we need to change it if we're adding Mariah?
No,
no,
well,
because
she-
we're
she-
appointing our delegate.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so then we can vote.
Yeah.
I mean, we have in the past done, you know, delegate in case I get hit by a truck or something.
Yeah,
Win
well,
the
you want, we
lottery.
could,
What do you call it?
Win the lottery.
Don't
Get hit by buses and.
you want it, we could amend the resolution to designate alternate.
Is it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. we've done that.
And
Yeah. And Mariah,
and Mariah is alternate. So since there's my motion, I could do that. We just amended it to include Mariah's alternate.
okay,
Ready?
Yeah, second the amended motion if that's necessary. I don't know.
I don't think it is.
good move, yeah,
Connors?
yes.
Dylan?
Yes.
Larkins?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Gagnon?
Yes.
Okay.
Didn't we do blanket undertaking? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah. All right, let's see, next up. Oh, we have the annual contract with Cooperative Extension for Youth Services. And it's confusing because the bulk, well, in fact, all of the money that's spoken of, this goes for youth employment.
Right,
But the contract is for the county to provide youth services, which is broader than that. The youth employment part of it is actually implemented by the Ithaca Youth Bureau.
yeah.
But the contract is with the county. Clear? So
$1,000 more than last year.
well, we ended up increasing it mid-year, remember? Because there was a question of, for a little bit more money, which they were willing to put in, we could match it and get
Oh,
more
right.
kids supported. And we did.
So what is it, like 36,000?
No, 28,
28.
28.9. Last year the contract was 27.7.
So a lot of money with a few kids, but it's a really good first experience for them,
Yeah.
and job training.
Yep,
Job skills training, basically.
okay.
So, I move we authorize me to sign the contract.
I'll second that.
Ready? Connors?
Yes.
Dylan?
Yes.
Larkins?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Gagnon?
Yes. All right. The public hearing, which we originally scheduled for the zoning revision, was on the 19th, and being a federal holiday, basically Greg balked at the idea of doing it then, so we canceled it. I'm throwing you under the bus, Chip. And so we need to reschedule it. And And in conjunction with this, I've got on here final review, and because we didn't do it, you know, we actually made a couple more tweaks to the proposal, which, are you kidding, says Leslie, yeah. And Greg, if you could, bring the
Tweaks
board
things.
on the couple of tweaks.
A lot of more time means, you know, we get to really look at it and.
Every time I look at it, I see
Yeah.
something that I got before, you know.
March.
And I can, if you. Maybe open it up where I can go over the high levels, I'd sent that email.
Could you put a screen share?
Sure.
Then
Jump on.
then the Zoom audience, and anybody who's got really good
Sure.
distance doesn't.
And we don't have to go through the whole thing, do we?
Okay.
Did everybody read it?
Yeah, but the, no, only the tweaks. That have been done since last time,
I mean, the tweaks that you made?
yeah,
Tweaks to the tweaks.
yes, I mean, the whole thing's a tweak, but, you know,
Tweak.
Okay, I'm joining Zoom now, and I can share that.
you're not hearing.
I'll come up with town of Danby. Yeah, no, it's. Okay,
I thought I had a couple things.
so let's see.
See, really helpful, like,
So is
yeah.
this what you're gonna show us in the meeting folder?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. And I've done it overall.
Oh, gee.
So it just, because
February
there's
23rd.
three new folks here. I mean, Mariah, you've been sort of watching at the clerk's office, but if there's just questions, just jump in with, you know, go over that and.
Is there
everything.
any way to get rid of that? Tom?
There is, if you go to the, actually, Joe, I can do it.
Okay.
Yes.
Pick up there. You can use the space bar if you
Yeah, you just change it to
change the view.
screen. And then just collapse this.
No, big one.
I can even just zoom it in a little bit more. All right, so. Again, as this very red text, the red text indicates proposed changes from the December 15th version. That's the last time that the board, the former board saw these. So anything in red here is a change.
Right, to change the.
First, it looks like the next board meeting after the 15th of this month would be February 3rd.
Correct.
So I'm just putting in here that that's the proposed adoption date. I mean, I could always leave this blank just in case it doesn't get adopted then.
So it's February 3rd.
Right, yeah. I'd put
That's a
February
Tuesday.
2nd. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So, oh, it came out blue. Interesting.
Oh, no.
Yeah, sorry. So that's
Oh, no.
weird. It just changed. I feel like I just looked at this as red. Anyway,
Well, this is, the red is from February. Is it-
no.
Is this the new?
This is the new, and it was just red an hour ago when I looked at it. So I'm not sure. Anyway,
Yeah.
blue is all the new.
Mhm.
This is just a rewording of basically the same thing. This is in the Hamlet
Right.
Neighborhood Zone District, just saying there is no minimum lot size in the Hamlet Neighborhood Zone. We just made a note here, this was Joel's suggestion, just to, it's saying the same thing, but just
Right.
sort of pulling it out a little bit more.
These aren't really new. I mean, these are,
No, but there's some other things though, so
mean,
down
I've
here.
got, I mean, I've got all that stuff.
So currently under accessory uses permitted by right in the Hamlet neighborhood zone, there is the vehicle parking
Right.
standard. And the initial proposal was to add this clause about vehicle parking for new buildings and then basically it's saying a change of use in an existing building is exempt from this requirement, trying to just encourage the reuse of buildings, making it a little bit easier
Right.
to be reused. Those general changes are still proposed, but the change that I'm proposing is to relocate this standard into section 705 of the zoning law, which is vehicle parking or off-street vehicle parking for other uses. So basically, why put vehicle parking as a use?
Right.
It's more of a design standard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I can, when we get to that, you'll see that this verbatim is in that section.
Right.
Jill made this suggestion, we kind of disagreed a little bit on it, but put it anyway, so. We have currently right now in the Hamlet neighborhood, there's certain uses that are these 4 use categories that are only allowed on corner lots.
Right.
And the proposal has been to say, from the regulatory review committee and the board is generally have agreement that to allow them also on Danby Road as
Right.
well.
Yeah.
So last time we had modified this language to say principal uses permitted only by site plan approval, limited to corner lots or on Danby Road, but the suggestion now is to say corner lots and lots on Danby Road.
That, when I first read that, I mean, it took me a couple times reading that, I was thinking that they went to, it was corner lots that are on 96,
Yeah, I always thought
so-
that that's an and clause it does. I'm looking at the coder for that
Yeah.
language, but.
Yeah, but.
So I
but-
wanted to put
Maybe it doesn't.
and or something
Yeah,
to, both of those things are okay,
yeah,
not, they don't have, they're not together.
we know what we mean, but trying to state it clearly is that.
No, I
But
mean,
you just put and in
To me,
there.
it says, if it's gonna be or, then it's either one or it's the other,
Right.
which is it?
But it is or the other.
Well, no, it's not
It is-
one or the other. It's-
Well, no, we're
it's-
saying it's allowed
it's
on
both.
this and that. I think I agree with and.
Yeah, I think they might say the same thing and you could probably construe them the same way, but
Yeah.
if we just want to keep it.
I think that's
Anyway,
fine.
so
Yeah.
so that's why I suggested
Okay.
and.
I mean, because as well as
Well,
lots
yeah.
on, I mean, yeah, I mean, but at first I thought, oh, okay, corner lots on 96B.
Yeah,
Okay,
So that,
I think that's fine as it is.
okay.
anyway,
So after, yeah.
step back.
Okay, so after a long way of coming around on this, I had proposed this to the review committee and then to the board of saying setbacks for new buildings or additions need to meet these standards, basically saying that if you have an existing building, you don't need to meet these setbacks if you're being reused. This was because when the Danby Food and Drink was coming in, they didn't meet the current maximum setbacks of 20 feet, they was 60 feet back. And in discussing it, because I was pretty new at the time, I ran it by Guy and he said they should probably give a variance for that. Since that time though, I just feel a little more confident to lean on the non-conforming buildings section of the code, which basically doesn't disallow the reuse of non-conforming buildings. It just stipulates their expansion. Meaning if you have a building that doesn't meet the setbacks and you're reusing it, you're just putting in a new use in that building, you don't need to get a variance. Even if you're expanding the building, as long as you don't increase that non-conformity, you can still use that building, and you don't need to get a variance. So all that to say that I don't think this amendment of 4 new buildings or additions is necessary. And in fact, it might even muddy the waters.
No.
We're already dropping the 20-foot maximum.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
the main thrust of this amendment here.
Yes.
Right.
I know I didn't
Okay.
win the lottery.
Mhm. Okay,
I think everything else is,
as before.
yeah, minor change here was that just semantics. I had listed it was basically up to a minimum and then,
How do you
Right.
up to a minimum?
yeah, so just say,
Yeah.
you have to, basically saying
Yeah.
any tree that's this size that's removed, you
Yeah.
have to be replaced with trees at a minimum of 50% of removed diameter at breast height. Right? Okay. And same
Yeah.
amendments to the amendments in the Hamlet Center zone. All in blue.
Yeah.
Again, so this vehicle parking, we'll see down here in section 705. Again, removing that standard or maybe this amendment. And cleaning up that. Okay, and then so section 705 is a new change here. goes on to another page, so I'll have to kind of scroll a little bit here. Sorry. So 705 currently off-street parking, it has 4 subsections that I could
Yeah.
pull up if you want me to read through them, but I'm proposing to add a 5th section. It's just parking in the Hamlet Center and Hamlet neighborhood zone districts that says, except as specifically permitted for residential parking as stated above, because in one of these, I believe it's maybe section 1, it allows parking for residential uses in the front yard, whereas some other uses it doesn't allow uses in the front yard. So basically they're saying, except as allowed for residential parking. Parking is not permitted between the facade of a principal building and the street. All parking must be located to the side or preferably behind principal buildings. For parcels with multiple principal buildings, parking lots should be on the interior of the lot, should be buffered from the street by street-facing buildings. That is verbatim from what is currently in that standard up in the Hamlet Center and Hamlet neighborhood zone districts. The only addition that I'm proposing here is to say this, and I actually discussed this with David West a little bit because he's charged with reviewing it from the county's end. The county still has to issue their referral or letter back to the town on these changes. But we went back and forth on this, and so here's where I landed, is to encourage the reuse of existing structures, which will promote the town's goals of preserving neighborhood character, protecting historic assets, and reducing environmental impacts of development. A change of use in an existing building built before 2026 is exempt from this requirement, meaning if you have an older building, just like the Danby Food and Drink, you don't need to automatically locate your parking to the side or to the rear of it. You can park it up front if it just makes more sense for your need.
So do you see this date is changing every once in a while?
No,
Well, what if in 5 years, say a building is built in
So we build it now,
2027?
you got a plan
Right,
for it.
And-
but- Yeah, I see, Pacific has a question.
You might have to come up,
Yeah.
you gotta come up.
I know it's not really.
But I want to discuss that because there's a loophole that I'm trying to thwart.
I
But I'll-
think I know,
yeah.
yeah.
I was just gonna mention that I see it mentions like multiple buildings on one lot, but it doesn't mention if a lot has multiple streets, so far as I read. So if it's on a corner
Oh,
lot,
if it's on
does
a
it
corner.
have to have parking, in
Oh.
the back of the lot? It can't have parking on either street facing elevation.
A corner lot problem, yeah.
Yeah, corner lots are always a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so it doesn't go on it's like based on where the front of the building is.
Yeah, it's a good
But
comment.
corner lots
I
are front
think it
on
would
2
be-
streets.
I think it would still be covered though.
Huh.
Just that, I mean, the planning board would certainly be looking at it if it was a new construction and, ensuring that the parking would be behind that front plane of both of those streets, essentially, the front plane of the facade facing those 2 streets.
Yeah, so I mean, sure, from here on out, they would, a new building, if we're gonna be used for commercial purposes at all, I mean, it would be covered by the planning board's review. And conforming, so there shouldn't be a problem going forward. It's just trying to reuse buildings that are already there.
Yeah, and the reason why I decided to put in a date,
Yeah.
and this was David West's suggestion. And it was a loophole that I hadn't really thought about, was somebody conceivably could
Yeah.
build a building,
Right.
Get reviewed.
Weeks later.
And or like a
It's an
year later and
existing-
say, oh, it's an
already
existing
existing.
building,
Right.
I actually want to locate my parking up front.
Right.
And so his suggestion was maybe put a date in there about like a year, what is existing building?
So I mean, you could, instead of saying existing, just saying constructed before or after, before 2026.
I mean, it's just, I could say that, in a building for 2026, might be the same thing.
I think it's either way.
Yeah. So that's the last, there's only one other amendment that I made, or suggestion. Do you have
No, I'm still stuck on it. I mean, I wondered if that was the reason, and I don't know if there's any other way around it.
So-
But because I could see somebody doing that.
Right, but they plugged that loophole by putting this in. Could you not take existing out of there?
We could, does it matter? Does it change?
Well, I mean.
Well, yeah.
You know, if
I mean, if
building
it's
built,
built, it's
the building
existing.
built today will be existence a year from now. And so you're,
The
so you're doing, you're
use in
doing a subset of existing.
In
which-
a building built.
To encourage the reuse of structures built before 2026. It's not like that, but that's kind of what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
To encourage the
Yeah,
reuse.
I'm just looking, 5 years down the road, do we want to maybe change that date, to be that, anyway.
We could.
Oh, we
I mean,
could.
Sound good.
We
Yeah.
could,
So
if it
Yeah.
turns out to be the case, but,
So get rid of existing, a change of use in a building built before. I
yeah.
mean, because if it's built before, if,
Yeah, so you could
Well,
just
it
take
would be-
existing out in both,
Oh, it doesn't-
both in the first line and in the
that's fine.
penultimate line, saying that to encourage the reuse of structures. You know.
Well,
ones
I
that-
don't know,
ones that were
that,
built before 2026 are exempt.
yeah, I mean, that first one. Look, I mean,
indicates that there's an.
that's okay, I mean, that one made sense to me, but the second one didn't.
The significance of 2026 is that this is when this is being passed. I
Right.
think
That's
if you
right.
need to spell that out, and probably you don't. Because we could amend this and we would still want that date to be the same.
Does this cover a loophole?
You
of
could
the
even
building
say,
being moved from one
somebody,
location to another?
so, it could also be
Oh, good
an,
question.
an existing structure. Of a certain age, we could, instead of putting a date in, and we could do that later, think about it later, but,
Mhm.
I would think that might.
I mean, you also don't need to add this in. You could say, you know what, we don't want this
Makes
amendment.
sense.
I mean,
Yeah.
the alternative is just that a building that doesn't, that is being reused for, something that needs a approval by the planning board, they might need to seek a variance to locate
Right.
parking in the front.
Right,
Which isn't
Right.
insurmountable. It does add extra cost and time on them, but
Time,
I mean, certainly if you wanted more time to kind of go
well,
about
let's
this.
see what happens, and,
Yeah.
maybe it'll be no problem at all, but we should just be aware that maybe that date needs to change every once in a while.
And the really highly unlikely, but theoretical possibility, somebody might actually move an existing building.
And that's what Ted
That's
Ted
what
brought
Ted-
us.
that's exactly.
I feel like that's pretty,
That's,
It's not an
it's not existing in a certain
Inconceivable.
lot,
thing where you, for instance, had a barn or whatever, and you
Yeah.
could move it back, or you could move it forward, they're not that hard to move.
I think the chances of somebody doing that in the hamlet are low enough that we don't need to account for it. Personally, it seems like it's, we don't need to.
a change in use in a building built,
Murphy's Law.
Yeah. I would take out.
If someone picks up a building and moves it just because they want parking lot spots.
Yeah, right.
They deserve.
Yeah, it's
spots in
fair.
front of their
No,
building.
we should just give it to,
Give
they
it to
should
them.
be able to just have parking, no building.
so then the only, nothing's changed.
So where do we land on that?
Just leave it,
As it is.
just leave it.
I think it's good as it is.
So the existing still in,
Well, it's removed here.
Yeah, I
but
think
here,
that's enough.
It's
you're gonna leave it up there.
starting off the clause.
Okay.
The only addition I proposed since the last, for the design guidelines, everything's the same that the board has looked at before a couple of times now. But the last thing down here in signage, I just added in for
Yeah.
digital signs.
Yeah, sorry.
That one of the first local laws of 2024 that was made was to prohibit electronic message centers
Yeah.
townwide, and so I just want to make that very clear. It's not necessarily prohibiting digital signs.
Right,
But-
particularly
but-
types of.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it.
Okay, so that,
Yeah,
Thanks. Can I ask a question? Someone mentioned something to me about the church's sign and there being some issue. Is there anything like,
This,
do you know, the church that's right here?
Yeah.
Someone said something about that sign as it exists not being in line with with this. Is that anything you know about? All right, never
No,
mind.
I don't think it's that. They wanted to do what the fire department has done.
Yeah,
Yeah, the digital sign.
Right,
Yeah.
which is now for both.
Yeah, okay.
they wanted to be able to, I mean, it made sense. They wanted to be able to change the wording, from inside.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
I mean, they
this
could
isn't
do
make it not
something.
allowed. This makes it strongly discouraged.
Well,
Could they do?
no, there was a local law in 2024, it prohibited message centers, but.
But there could be a sign that they could, that's digital but not lit or not, I mean, not fluorescent. I thought there was some sign that would, electronic message centers. What is that?
Yeah, it's with pixels.
It's where you can upload text to it or something
Yeah.
like that.
Right.
And it scrolls as opposed to just being a lit sign.
Like the
Oh,
firehouse.
okay.
Mhm,
So you could just have a lit sign
mhm.
that,
With a fixed message.
right,
It's a
but
change.
you don't have to do it manually. You could do it from inside.
Well, I mean, that's the whole point of what they did. The fire department, they could change the
That thing,
message,
I mean, it's, yeah, I mean,
I don't know if I know.
but isn't.
I wasn't
wouldn't-
thinking about something like
But
that.
isn't that what doesn't that meet the definition of an electronic message then?
What
I
is
know a
the-
message center instead of just a plain old sign.
I don't know
That's
that
a
I can-
good,
That's
that's a
the only
good question,
thing.
so, one. It was never defined when this law was passed.
Yeah.
There
Digital
are,
changing
We just
flashing.
did it.
there are a lot of, you can get really into the weeds with the technology of them and what is allowed and what is not allowed.
Yeah,
Now. This might be indicating the same thing, digital signs might be synonymous with what technically is called an electronic message center.
mhm.
One idea is to just get rid of this. Just get rid of all of that.
I mean, if it's already prohibited
Well,
elsewhere.
This is saying digital signs with changing, flashing, or movable text.
Right.
I mean, that to me is different than, maybe a digital sign that isn't, it's less lit up, that can still be, manned from inside the building, but doesn't flash and it doesn't move.
Yeah, I mean, I
And it
think if
doesn't
somebody wants to
change.
propose one, say, is this an electronic message center or is this just a digital
Yeah.
sign? That could be a question for the planning board when it goes to.
I would just leave it in there.
It's probably worth at some
Right,
point defining
What is it?
electronic
Yeah.
message center a little bit more because
Yeah. Yeah.
it really depends on, like, the fire departments is very low technology. It's
Is it?
just red, there's just red pigment. Whereas others are like,
Multicolored.
4K, movie screens. essentially.
Yes, yeah,
And it really depends on the technology. And so mostly urban areas regulate them by their technology. And they like to dumb down, only allow dumber technology essentially, because it's not as Las Vegas or Times Square
mhm.
looking.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, if you do a whole billboard digitally now, we just change the whole
Right,
picture.
right.
On the other hand, what the fire department has is a digital sign with changing, flashing, or moving
Yeah.
text. It's one
Yes.
color, but otherwise it's that, right?
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
does.
I would say
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't particularly like that technology. I'm among them. The flashing part was in our ordinance from way back. Something that really calls attention to itself that way is undesirable.
I mean, you can, so,
I think that leaves it open for somebody to have some kind of a digital thing that isn't
As long
flat,
as it's very
that,
simple.
I think this is fine.
probably worth revisiting
The definition.
yeah, and just,
Yeah.
just maybe, is it all across the board or is it, only a certain kind of technology and we're
Mhm.
okay with lesser, but.
I think I'm okay with the planning board having some discretion in
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I agree.
But they need some guidance though.
So,
You're proposing just having that note be there.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 10 minutes left.
Yes, this is true.
So right now, it's the request is to reschedule the meeting or the hearing
Right.
for the 3rd of February. At that time, we'll have the county's response back, and also that the board still needs to do the environmental quality review
Mhm.
determination. I prepared all those forms and everything, but it could be something to do right after the public hearing, hold the public hearing, and do the environmental quality review, which you could be on the same meeting,
Yeah,
and then,
could you also pass it the same meeting?
yeah,
Yeah, so basically that whole bundle.
yeah. Yes.
So, I move that we schedule the
Zach has
meeting.
Zach has a question.
Are the groups done meeting then
Are the what?
regarding zoning laws
No.
after this? No?
No, not,
Are the,
Good.
there's more.
Okay, good.
There'll be more things.
Oh, yeah, no, this is not the thing, just at the first.
It's not the end of the
bundle.
groups.
right,
Thank you.
yeah,
So, and the map, the zoning map will go with this.
right, yes, so that includes the zoning map to just update that.
So I move that we
I'm happy
reschedule
to
the
show
meeting.
the map if you want, okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, I'll second that move. Motion.
To the February
To February what?
3rd.
Oh, it's in
On
the,
the agenda.
Yeah, that's why I changed it as a last minute, February 2nd, Monday.
Yeah, which is where we were, and
Right.
we just changed it moments ago.
okie dokie.
Connors,
Yes.
Dylan,
Yes.
Marvin.
Yes.
Ruth.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
It's in the enthusiast.
all right. Consider creating a water and wastewater working group. And move we do that.
Weren't you guys on the committee, the sewer?
This is the Three Stooges right there.
Yeah.
You guys?
We're,
So where we are is that this was the work, just basically the sewer committee. And now they're board members, but so we're just continuing, but formalizing it more.
Okay.
But where we are in the process is that the original charge was just to look at whether or not what was being recommended was the right thing. But there's an ongoing need, having once made that determination, to pursue the matter and also to look at the bigger questions about, well, is this the only way? What about other situations and so forth? So this proposal here would create a working group that would have a defined charge and a membership that is floating so that it would accommodate interest as it generates. So it has a core membership, which consists of the 3 of us. And then anybody else who wants to participate, they don't have to do is show up. We're gonna make the meetings public. And we're gonna have a secretary, which needs to be hired. And we will post the minutes, have minutes and post the minutes, so that the process is public. And the opportunity will exist for people to participate as they wish. And become a voting member if they become a regular attendee.
and all that is separate from any meetings where we solicit public feedback. This is more for people who want to be involved in the inner working.
Yeah, right. No, I mean, if we got, right, I mean, if we, anything that, well, this group won't be proposing anything. We would make recommendations to whoever. And then if there's any action to be taken, it will be taken by the town board, if that's the appropriate group, or the planning board, if that's the appropriate group, or some, group of others. There may be a collaboration of public private partners maybe, or something, who knows, but the charge is to try to see if we can figure out a way to enable
Right.
shared systems to happen.
Okay. Do you have your resolution here?
Yeah.
I mean, I had one thing.
I actually printed it out, so yes, I do have it. You have a
That,
suggestion?
let's see, the first resolved, well, they only resolved. Okay, where it says resolved that a water and wastewater infrastructure working group is established to explore how shared infrastructure could be feasibly pursued for the town of Danby.
Mhm.
Is that specifically to focus on the Hamlet 96B?
No,
No.
because we're also looking to the bigger picture of facilitating cluster in maybe the outlying R1, R2, as a way of
Okay,
reducing sprawl, you know, that if you're gonna, instead of having a 10-acre minimum lot, if we're gonna encourage clusters, we can encourage clusters of small lots like White Hawk, where you can have, you know, quarter-acre lots or eighth of an acre lots in a cluster, if they had a shared, which the health
Right.
department would be okay on with, if they had shared infrastructure.
right. So it's not gonna focus on 96, you know, the place
It's the
where
primary
where
focus
we'd
of-
like,
Of the moment.
right.
It's the first thing up, is dealing with the sewer prospect.
But the working group is looking at the issue for the whole town.
Okay.
So we're not limiting ourselves to just the thing that's in front of us.
Because I mean, I thought that, you know, one of the purposes of this would be so that, you know, there could be some denser,
Yeah, absolutely, which is why it's in.
and maybe not
Where-
denser stuff in the, you know, out in the
Yeah,
boonies.
right.
Okay,
But, you know, to the extent that we want to enable, or to the extent that we've already enabled, you know, development to take place in those
Right.
zones, we want to minimize
Okay.
the environmental impact, and one way to do that would be encourage with the development that's
right,
allowed to be concentrated on small lots instead of sprawl.
right.
Everybody want to do
Did you
it?
guys look through the resolution?
So there's a further resolve, though, but it's not the only resolve. The further is at the end.
Oh, sorry, I was just looking at the
Name
first,
board
the
membership.
first page. There.
That's it.
Right.
Oh, be it further resolved. Gotcha.
Good point. You want to make a move? I move we give ourselves, we got what to do, bet. Another half an hour.
Okay,
Okay,
a second.
vote.
Second. Connor?
Yes,
Dylan?
No,
Larkins?
Yes.
we don't have to take the whole half hour.
No, it's, to get through it faster. huh?
Good.
Yannian?
Yes. All right,
Maybe
Uh,
organizational meeting is often longer.
yeah, there's a lot, there's a lot. So Mark is designated as chair, and the secretary will be appointed by the town board. We'll have to solicit interest, that's the next motion. But,
Okay.
but that's this resolution. Now, has that been made and seconded yet?
Yeah. I seconded it.
Okay, did I make it?
I actually didn't, I don't think we've done the motion for this to create the wastewater.
Well, let's ask the clerk, did we make a motion on this yet?
I thought you did.
Motion was moved by Gagnon, not
Yeah.
seconded yet until,
Until just now,
yes.
okay. We haven't, the motion's on the floor. Okay, any further discussion? Good, okay,
Connors?
Yes,
Dylan?
yes,
Larkins?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes,
Yannian?
yes. Okay. Right, we will need a secretary.
okay,
It is good practice to advertise the position and then to select from among the people who might submit a resume. It's a civil service thing, like the clerk typist position for all of the other
right,
boards and committees.
right.
So if we, what we should do is set a deadline for responses so that we can then make an appointment. I'd like to get this up and running. The next meeting is too soon. So the soonest we could do it, make the appointment would be at the February 3rd meeting. So, you know, a few days before that, we should have a deadline for applications. So
We can check.
don't have Mike
can check
Hunter here. I should have-
about, you know,
with that.
civil service stuff and,
Yes.
you know,
post-
title and.
Right,
mm,
and,
Okay.
with interest. And then, I think it's clear in the resolution that this person will be then working with, Greg will be the supervisor, as he is for the planning and BZA secretaries. Otherwise, this person is going to be, you know, our appointment, and, well, to be our appointment, but I mean, he would be like Steve, you know, he answers to the board, but he doesn't answer any particular person. So,
Well, I was just
Does that make sense to you?
That's fine.
And if it turns out to be a problem, you just scream and
Yeah.
we'll change it. Okay.
That's
All right.
fine.
One thing though that I was just gonna offer, and I think I might have mentioned this to you, is creating a whole new position. I mean, if that's the way the board wants to go, but maybe it's, I mean,
Maybe a current.
we, in terms of the, like, for planning and BZA admin support, and then the CAC admin support,
Yeah,
I'm looking at 2025's, year-to-date expenditure. There's both those lines, I mean, add up to over $5,000 just in those support lines.
Mhm.
And so I just wonder if current,
Right.
whether it's,
yeah,
so Cindy's the planning BZA admin support and Kristen McCarthy's the, CAC. I wonder if
see if,
if one of them are available
Yeah.
and willing to do it, if depending on how
Well, I mean,
frequent.
Yeah.
whether it's one of them or somebody else, it's still, the money could come from that same pot.
but it would save time, and I mean, if somebody who's already currently in a position is interested in getting more hours, and would like to. I
Well,
think
that's
that
something
let's-
for us to weigh in
Yeah.
making the determination of who gets the position.
Right,
Okay.
But, we think we should advertise it and make it available and then make our decision based on all these
so
considerations.
they could apply, right,
I do have somebody I would kind of like to plug in, but, it to be considered along
Yeah.
with the other considerations.
right. Because if somebody who's been working for a long time for the town and does a good job and
Yeah.
would like to do some extra hours, I'd be inclined to lean that way, so, okay,
Except for,
all right.
other considerations,
I
but,
think can we move on? I think we're.
Yeah.
all on
what,
the
the
same
only thing we need to do is,
Yeah,
is
well,
let's set a deadline. Let's solicit interest. I move that we solicit interest, set a deadline of,
January 31st, Oh, wait.
we could be that late.
4 days before the meeting.
Yeah, whatever
Gives
that,
you enough time.
what day
January
of the week
31st.
is that?
Yeah,
That's a Saturday.
That's okay, right?
I agree.
So that would give us enough time to review resumes of everybody on point interest.
okay,
So that motion is to set a deadline January 31st, and to post the position accordingly.
okay.
Okay, vote.
Yeah.
Was
Everybody.
Leslie seconded?
We
it?
all do.
Connors?
Yes,
Dylan?
Yes.
Larkins?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Daniel?
Yeah. Okay. We now got this new grant to, for another round of CBDG funding. We need somebody to, administer it for us. And I move that we authorize Greg to, issue the RFP.
okay,
Second.
Okay,
so Tom is still interested, right?
well, I hope so. If we're not, we're in trouble.
Okay,
Alright.
Yeah,
Connors?
yes,
Dylan?
Yes.
Larkins?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Daniel?
yes. I think the next item we could pull until we get our technical out.
We also
do that.
didn't pass a credit card policy just now, so we can't revise it yet.
But we have a credit card problem.
we have,
But we didn't reissue.
We didn't
it,
reaffirm it.
reorg just
No, we
now.
didn't reaffirm it. We
Doesn't
have
mean
to
it-
Reaffirm it, it continues anyway.
Take time. I support taking it off and. taking
yeah,
time.
so let's do it next
Cable.
month.
And get those other questions answered. All right, Mariah.
Yes.
You explain why we-
Yes, so the Sentry alarm box has been throwing errors, which has been quite disconcerting. I think they pulled Gary out of bed one night and he came over and there's nothing. The issue is we have a new phone system that's VoIP. We had a VoIP system before, but it wasn't as awesome as this current phone system that we have. And so what we need is a radio communicator that completely takes, it's cellular. It completely takes the alarm system off the phone system completely. I talked to TCNS. They are very enthusiastic about us purchasing this because of course they oversee the phone system and they're very sad that our phone system is throwing errors into the Sentry alarm. It's $1,000 and it will increase our monthly charge from 41 to about $50. I think it's closer to $8 a month more.
This is from Century, because they're already charging us 42 for the monitoring that they do now, right?
It's 42. It's
Yeah.
gonna be 50
Right, with the new.
with this
with the
new communicator.
The basic problem being the VoIP isn't there if the power goes out.
I'm sorry, if the VoIP,
It isn't there if the power goes out.
if the VoIP isn't there, the power
The
goes
phone
out.
go down
Oh,
with the power. So that the alarm, if it's hooked up to the VoIP, that the alarm can't get through, so there has to be
Right.
this workaround that sends the alarm in the event that the phone system is down.
Right, so this takes that whole alarm system off the phones and puts it on a cellular communicator.
Right. Now, what we did in the old days was we had a landline,
Yes.
but it was that, right?
Horse and pony,
Yeah,
Ring a bell.
yeah,
but,
a bell ringer,
well, but basically
Nighttime
Verizon pulled the
crier.
landlines,
okay.
right? Didn't they terminate the commercial use of landlines?
We might, oh, right.
Since we're over time, can we just focus on what's being voted on now? Is that okay?
Yeah, I talked to TCNS, they're enthusiastic about it. Believe me, I pushed back on this. That's why it's so late in coming, because I was like, no, we don't need it. And then, we got the phones in and sure enough, we need it.
So, the hidden cost of modern technology.
All right, well, let's just go on with them.
So are you, we're okay with it? So then, you want to make a motion, right?
Sure, I move that we, purchase the communicator for the Sentry alarms.
Second.
All right. Connors,
Yes,
Dylan,
Yes,
Larkin.
Yes.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Flanagan.
Yes. All right, we have come to the water district's evaluation and option development. And Ben is here and
yeah.
Todd is here, and come on up.
all right.
Thanks. I know some of you are new to the board. I know we're over time. How much background do you want on this?
30 seconds. Wait, you're awesome,
two
are you?
sentences.
I think you're just awesome.
Yeah. We'll see if I'm 30 seconds worth of boss.
Right. For those who don't know, that Ben Coakley is the chair of the Water District Advisory Committee, and Todd Secontract is one of the members as well.
And former operator for the system.
Yeah.
So the West Danby Water District serves 125 houses in West Danby with drinking water. This past February, we had a significant water main break that resulted in a loss of pressure in the system and a water notice, and water just generally unavailable to our customers for 2 or 3 days. Probably a lot of you got a notification about that you didn't need. This is not our first water main break in recent years. The system was installed in 1968, and so some of its components may be reaching the end of their projected life. We would like to know what kind of shape the system is in, whether this is something that's going to require immediate action, or this is something we can phase in over some time, and how we might get some help in paying for whatever repairs or upgrades are necessary. So we issued an RFQ for engineering firms this fall. We got 6 responses from 6, honestly, very good firms. It's really hard to pick from. We have interviewed 3 of them, and we would like the town board's authorization to negotiate and sign a contract with one of them who we have chosen, which is Hunt Engineers, who the town has worked with on other projects as well. All right, was that over 30 seconds?
That was very good.
That was
very
yeah,
insight.
that was very excellent.
How much is the contract for?
That's one of the things we'd like to negotiate.
Okay.
I believe their projected fee was $55,000. This is coming out of district funds. The district has that in reserves.
Just curious, what's the sort of the current rains?
Most of the mains are 6-inch, reducing down to 3-inch past our fire hydrants.
6-inch AC to 3-inch PVC.
Thank you, Todd.
Was Hunt's the lowest bid?
They were not.
They were not. Do we
They
have
were comparable though.
comparable?
Yeah, there was actually a fairly narrow range.
I think if we don't pick the lowest, we're supposed to document why. Isn't that sort of, that's why I was asking the amount, because it's above a certain threshold. But if we don't go with the lowest, we at least need to have some record of why we didn't choose that lowest.
Yeah, so I mean, we interviewed a bunch of firms and had a bunch of discussions about this. I can sort of give you the short version of what the committee's thinking is, if you'd like. Hunt had more direct relevant experience with the kind of funding sources that we think are going to be applicable to this. Some of the other firms didn't have the same kind of recent experience. And honestly, we liked their approach to seeking funding, which is going to be huge for us because this is not something that the district is going to be able to absorb.
I would, as somebody who has attended and observed, the committee was very thorough in their analysis of the proposals with a you know, scoring sheets, and they independently scored them, and then they got together and decided which were the top firms, and then they interviewed those top 3 and again with an interview process that asked them questions in order to try to narrow the and it wasn't easy trying to narrow it down to one.
No, it was very difficult.
And I mean, and from my perspective, and I don't think we could go wrong no matter who we picked. We had really good proposals from all 6 firms. But our top contenders, at least, well, maybe a couple, there were one or two of the group that said, nah. But the others are, you know, all reasonable choices. I'm so what remains to be done is to finish the negotiations on what they're actually going to do and put it in a contract. And then I can sign it. So the motion is to authorize me to sign the contract that's negotiated essentially by the group.
Do we have an upper limit, you know, not to exceed?
We have a ballpark for what they propose.
is
So it's going to be
50,
So I mean, we could say
60,000.
not to exceed
There were a
60,000,
couple of options.
Yeah.
not to exceed 60,000 would work. I mean,
Want to do it that way?
yeah,
Yeah, I think that will
I mean, if there's a
make our lives
problem.
difficult.
come back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the reason we're doing this now, and not more in a more leisurely fashion, is that there's a really tight
Right,
schedule for getting this work done in order to get into the grant
to their
site.
schedule, yeah,
Yeah.
So,
okay.
so I make that motion.
Second.
Did you capture that, Blake? Probably not, but
My computer, the motion hasn't been. put
Yeah.
forth. Sorry.
running out of juice.
Oh, no.
A little. Is it reaching?
Yes.
It's just that if it dies, the entire meeting goes under, so.
Oh, there you go. Now you can look at the table.
There we go. There you go.
Okay, so a motion has been made, which you may not have noticed. To authorize me to sign the contract with Hunt Engineers for the contract, the specifics of the contract of which remain to be
Yes.
negotiated, but with a limit of $60,000.
And did you move it?
Yeah, I guess I did.
You moved it, I second it,
Perfect, thank you. All right, Connors,
yes.
Dylan?
Yes.
Martins,
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Daniel?
Yes.
Lovely.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good. Seeing
I think we should accept it.
That is the agenda. Is there anything you want to put on the agenda next time? You want to mention
credit
it?
card
Just-
policy,
Yeah. I would love to take a little bit of time on the next agenda to talk about the audit and just maybe get an update. I'm curious about it.
About, I mean, how we're handling the.
How we're handling it, what changes we've made, what changes we should be making, and sort of
Mhm.
get them into some kind of a list with a timeline, so.
Well,
we don't-
between now and the next meeting, like, we'll have
Yeah,
met.
that group will meet,
We'll
yeah.
have met
Yeah.
and,
That's my only suggestion for.
Yeah.
Okay,
um, I mean, we could check into the data breach report policy.
and we had the, we got the credit card form.
The general code, has it, would like, us to look at the law, at the laws that they are going to publish for the town. They have a, deadline of, I think, February 9th.
Yeah.
Of the 107, questions that they have. I think Greg has 70 of them. So, I don't know how you're doing on that, maybe.
US students again.
The general code, the,
Yep, I went through a whole bunch.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
So, February 9th, I think,
Yeah.
is the, maybe we could talk about it the next meeting or the following
Mhm.
meeting. It's not a hard deadline.
Who's gonna do the data breach? Policy next
Can
week?
at least get the draft
get some
version
ideas,
that,
yeah.
I think the
See what other people have done.
OSC
Yeah.
put out a
Yeah.
template that we can look at.
So you're looking,
Yeah,
Also, do we need a room use policy?
yeah, that hasn't been finalized yet. either.
well, yeah, I mean, it just hasn't been changed.
Right, but we had,
There's a
Maybe
couple-
change it.
a couple of
Well,
things
there's
we
a
wanted
couple
to
things.
change.
Yeah.
We got so far as to
Eliminate.
decide what we wanted to add to it, but we haven't made the changes yet.
Right.
So,
There were a couple. There were a couple other. Hi. Hi.
how best to get that together?
Huh?
What's the best way to get that together? And do a
What?
proposal?
For the room use?
Room use
policy?
policy change.
Well, I mean. I'm not sure what other people were thinking. I thought we just needed to take out that insurance.
That was the main thing.
Why don't I'll come with the.
I just didn't think we need to, I just didn't think we needed to have it be so elaborate. I mean.
Yeah.
The big question was that insurance thing. I mean, that,
Mhm.
you
I
know,
mean,
there are things the clerk can just have have a say as to whether or not things could happen, and then the town board, if it's some outside agency or something, I thought, I didn't think it was a problem. But if there has been problems with it,
well, I mean, it hasn't been a problem. On the other hand, as long as since we've had the policy, we haven't had a whole lot of use either.
right,
We had in place before a blanket authorization for community council sponsored events.
right,
And then they stopped doing them here.
right,
So I mean, in the meantime, there've been a couple of times when somebody's approached us about, could I use the town hall?
yeah,
One of them was the Mineral Club.
right, yeah,
Another one was what was the other one? Scott had, a group that were interested in
Nice.
having a meeting about NYSEG.
Nice.
rates. In both instances, they would have had to come to the board for authorization to use the building. I used to use the meeting room.
was that a problem? Was it a time
Well,
thing?
They needed insurance.
It was a
also.
time, yes, our insurance requirement was an impediment, but we could remove
Why
that.
did we need the insurance? I mean, that's why I thought we were gonna just take that out.
That might go a long way to addressing the issue. Yeah, the only other thing would be that having to go to the board means just you couldn't decide. I mean, you couldn't approach us about doing something next week. But it would not be unlike what the fire district says. Their policy says if you want to use the fire hall, the use has to be approved by the commissioners,
Right,
which means that you have to think of it far enough in advance that you can, get approval from the commissioners to do it. Same thing here.
yeah,
If somebody wants to use the hall, they'd have to ask us, and then we'd have, they have to allow time for us to meet and decide.
yeah.
But if we're willing.
I mean, if
okay
there's
with that,
something, if it's a time issue, we can do a quick 5-minute meeting, I don't have a problem doing that. you know, all we need is three people. Well, then you don't need to do it, you know,
Yeah.
if three of us can get together and decide.
Yeah.
But I don't, you know, I don't think it's been an issue except for with that insurance paragraph.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So,
So with that in mind,
well,
um, you want to put a resolution together?
meeting, huh?
You want to put a resolution together? to
Sure.
Modify them? Okay,
Maybe we might, well,
anything else?
I was gonna say.
Hearing none.
Oh,
Meeting is adjourned.
no, shucks.
Thank you.
Just thinking about it, I didn't want to mention it. That was a little thing. Ramp in the thing.